Okay, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going over hypothyroidism. So I want to start really broad, like what the heck is it, what does it do, and then we'll get a little more specific, okay? But hypo means too little or not enough, okay? The prefix. Thyroid is just a part of your body. It's right here below the Adam's apple. And ism is just like a system. It pretty much makes it a noun. It makes it a thing. So hypothyroidism just means your thyroid isn't doing what it's supposed to do. It's not doing enough. Okay, so that's kind of big picture. This is important because, as we can see on Timmy here, he has hypothyroidism, and his thyroid isn't producing hormones called T3 and T4. Those have bigger names, but we're not going to get into that. And what these hormones do for Timmy is they regulate his metabolism, they regulate his growth, and also his body temperature. Okay, and we'll talk about why that's important when we get to the symptoms. Okay, but the thyroid needs iodine to produce these hormones. Iodine is an element, okay, on the periodic table. It's number 53, and we get it mostly from our diet. Okay, things like seafood and dairy, as you can see here. Okay, but this system works through a feedback loop. Okay, starting with the hypothalamus. It's a part of the brain, and if it needs more T3, T4 levels in the body, it's going to send out another hormone called TRH, which is thyroid releasing hormone. Okay, and that hormone is going to travel to the anterior pituitary gland, okay, another part of the brain, which is then going to release TSH, which is thyroid stimulating hormone. Okay, that's going straight to the thyroid, and it's going to say, hey, we need more T3 and T4 because we're not metabolizing food, we're not growing, and we're freezing. Okay, and so then it releases T4 and T3 to do their jobs. Then the hypothalamus is going to measure again. Hey, do we have enough? Okay, we're good. We don't need to make any more. Or we're a little low. We're going to make some more, so he's going to send his TRH and get the loop going again. All right. Okay, now we're going to move on to the symptoms. So if we think about it, T3 and T4 do these things. So if those things aren't happening, our metabolism first is going to slow down. Okay, we're not going to burn as many calories. We might gain a little weight. Our GI tract, our gastrointestinal tract might slow down. We might be a little constipated. We're not going to grow normally if we're an adolescent still growing. Our body temperature is going to be, it's not going to be controlled. We might be freezing cold, and our body won't naturally heat itself back up. Okay. Another thing that might happen is called a goiter in your throat, this little bump in your throat. Because sometimes this hormone called TSH, the stimulating hormone, is just going to keep going, but if the thyroid's not producing, it's just going to keep getting stimulated and stimulated without producing anything, so it's going to get big and swollen. You're going to see it in your throat. You could also get a swollen face, and for women, it's possible to get irregular or heavy menstrual cycles. So heavy periods or irregular periods. Okay. All right. So what causes this deficiency in the production of T3 and T4? What causes hypothyroidism? The most common cause is called Hashimoto's disease, which is an autoimmune disease, which means our own body cells attack our thyroid and prevent it from doing its job. The next is an iodine deficiency. Okay, we're not getting enough seafood or dairy products or iodized salt, and our thyroid just doesn't have enough to make T3 and T4. Okay, it's also possible to have a pituitary tumor in our pituitary gland. So it might not even be a problem with the thyroid, but if this doesn't work here, then the whole loop is not working, and the thyroid can't do its job because it's not stimulated. All right, so that's it. I hope you learned something because I definitely did. Why is it purple?